Biscuits and gravy is the definition of comfort food. The fluffy biscuits, the thick gravy, I'm hungry just looking at these. It is the perfect breakfast that you need to make at your house, and trust me, it is easier than you think. You guys can thank me later. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and in today's video, we are making probably one of my favorite breakfasts of all time, and that is biscuits and gravy. Today is gonna be a really simple and fast video. We're just gonna pop some of these in the oven. While that's going on, we're gonna get our sausage going. Then after our sausage is cooked, we're gonna get our gravy going. Then hopefully by that time, these will be done. We'll pop them out, throw them on a plate, slap some of that biscuits and gravy on there. We're gonna get super fat and happy today. I hope you're excited. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. But before we do, if you are not subscribed to this channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We're posting a new video every single Tuesday and Thursday. So the first thing we gotta do is get these on our baking sheet. So my favorite thing about these bad boys is you get to take out, oh my gosh, do I not even know how to open these? All right, anyways, my favorite thing about these is you get a little bit of anger aggression out. And anger management, they taught me, you just gotta bake these. Apparently, if you hit it too hard, they fall on the ground. I was trying to be funny, and it didn't work out. We got 2 biscuits down, but don't worry. We have a baby at home, so we're constantly cleaning our floors. I'm still gonna make them, so let's get these on our pan. All right, so get your biscuits off the floor. Now that you got your biscuits off the floor, you could, juggle them around a little bit, and then slap them down on your pan, and you're good to go. And let's get the rest on here. We're making 8 biscuits today. I think that's probably pretty good for 1 pound. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. All right, so we got these. We just want to separate them a little bit, and we'll call that good. So I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, which is what it requires to make these. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw them in there for about 15 minutes. That's about what it says on the package. So go ahead and get these in the oven, get it shut down for 15 minutes. So now that your biscuits are in the oven, let them cook until they're nice and golden brown. But now we're gonna get our sausage started. So today I'm using my cast iron pan. It's already preheated. I'm just gonna add in a little bit of oil. We're going to be opening up our sausage packet. And today I'm using mild sausage. As you guys can see, it's mild. I want this to have a tad bit, a little bit of like a kick. Sometimes when you have this sausage, it's just like really sweet, because you have like just a lot of just very sweet flavors in here. And I like mine to be a little bit spicy, honestly. Yeah, these things are really weird to get out too. Whoa, almost went overboard. So now you got your sausage in here. We're just gonna go ahead and start to break it apart. This cast iron is gonna start doing its job. It's really gonna start to break down the sausage. And the goal here is just to get this broken up as nicely as we can. So I'm gonna keep breaking the sausage up, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. All right, so as you guys can see, we're about 80% done. There's still a little bit of slight pinkness in here, so we're basically done at this point. I'm gonna let this go for about, I don't know, another 30 seconds or so, and then I'll show you what I do next. All right, so I just like to take and kind of flatten out the meat so that it covers the whole pan. And now I have a 1/3 cup of this flour, and I just like to sprinkle it nice and evenly all the way across, just so that it kind of helps me to stir it better. If you dump it all in one place, it's gonna be really hard for it to stir together. When you do what I just did, it's really gonna help it to not clump. That's why I like to spread it apart evenly. So now, as you guys can see, this is starting to kind of thicken up. At this point, we're gonna add in our butter. So add in your butter. I'm using 2 tablespoons, and you just wanna cut this up, get it cooked down as fast as you can. If you have anger problems, again, this could be the angry part of your family. You have the angry guy do this. Smash down your butter. And now we're just gonna wanna get this butter mixed in over the whole entire thing. And this is gonna happen really quickly from here on out. So you wanna make sure you have all of your spices, all of your ingredients nice and prepped. All right, so now that this is all melted down, we're gonna add in our milk. All right, guys, so we're gonna add in 2 cups of milk, but we're only gonna add in a little bit at a time. So right there, I just added in about 1/2 cup. And I just wanted to do this about 1/2 cup at a time or so, because I want to give this a chance to get really, really thick and get really, really well incorporated together. If you add in too much of this milk all at one time, it actually won't be able to cook down and thicken up, and it'll be runny, and you can't add in anything more at that point, and you're just gonna have a big old mess on your hands, and it's gonna be a really, really bad day. So at this point, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna lower my temperature just a little bit, It's kind of hot right now to sear down all that meat, but we want this to go a little bit slower. So I just lowered the heat just a little bit. I'm gonna add in about another half of a cup. As you saw, that was thickening up really nice. And even this too, this is kind of immediately thickening up, and this is what we want. You can just see what's about to happen. This is turning into some amazing gravy. I'm gonna go ahead and add in about another half of a cup, and this is where the magic really starts to happen. You could really tweak this how you want. If you get to the end of your 2 cups and you notice that this is kind of like really thick, you could add in a little bit more milk to thin it down, make it more runny. So you want to keep stirring this around. I lowered my heat a little bit more because I really want to cook this slowly at that point. Let all these flavors work together. And as you see right here, I'm adding in just a little bit of crushed red pepper just to add in a little bit of that back end spice. Now I'm going to mix it together. I'm going to hide that away. I'm going to let these flavors simmer down all together. And this is just gonna add a little bit of that back end heat that I really love when I'm eating biscuits and gravy. So now I'm gonna add in a little tiny splash more. I still have about half of a cup, and I'm adding in a little bit less and less each time because, again, I have this on really low heat right now. I really want all these flavors just to blend together. Take a look at this. All right, so now at this stage, when I just have a tad little bit left of this milk, there's one thing that I like to do. I just like to add in just a little tiny flake of garlic powder. It was probably only like 1/8 of a teaspoon or maybe half of a teaspoon. I just eyeball it. 3 or 4 good shakes of the wrist. And this garlic will be basically unnoticeable, but I think it just blends all of these flavors in together. Now I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna eyeball putting in some of my pepper. I just like to come and take, and I'll probably add in more pepper at the end to taste. Pepper really adds a nice little bite, a nice little spice into this gravy. So now as you guys can see, we have our black pepper, we have a red pepper, we had a little bit of garlic. Now I'm just gonna come and I'm gonna hit it up with a little bit of salt, just sprinkle some over the top of it. And now I'm gonna mix it together before I go ahead and I put in my final last little bit of milk. Boom, just go ahead, add in that last little splash of milk. Now we're gonna let this come all together. Now this is when it's gonna get a little bit more runny. Oh yeah, look at how this is all mixing together. So I'm gonna let this cook down for about another minute or so, and remember to constantly stir. I know I've been talking a lot for like the last 5 minutes or so, but I really wanted to show you kind of how I do this from beginning to end. Normally when I cook things, I kind of just, show you like, oh, this is how it looks when it starts, and this is the middle point, and this is when it ends. But I really wanted to show you the whole entire process from start to finish, all the way through. Just kind of very raw footage of me just going at this. And look at this. This is starting to look really beautiful. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but look at that. I mean, this is a little bit runny. It has beautiful sausage in there. Oh, look at that. About another minute or so, this will thicken up just a tad little bit. We're gonna have some amazing biscuits and gravy. I really cannot wait, guys. I am fat and happy all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and just try a little bit and see what we need. Definitely need salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop it with a little bit of salt. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together now. I'm thinking it's gonna need some pepper too. Definitely was tasting a little bit weak. I don't like that spiciness of the black pepper. And it's kind of low on salt. So let's go ahead. The salt's really good now. It's perfect. I'm gonna pop this with some black pepper because I love black pepper. Oh yeah. So again, maybe another teaspoon or so, half teaspoon. Mix this together. Biscuits and gravy is one of those things where I've never really, for my seasonings at least, I always have like a recipe that I follow when it comes to like making the gravy and stuff, like, 1/3 cup of this, 2 cups of that, of the milk, and a teaspoon of butter, 2 teaspoons of butter. But the seasonings, man, I like to just let my creativity flow, add in whatever I want to add in, try different things. All right, so now let's go ahead and give this a try. Oh man, oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, this is good. Perfect for me. So let's get this over to our table. I'm gonna assemble some of these and we're ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna take one biscuit and I'm gonna break it in half, and I'll leave one whole. I'm gonna drizzle some over that. I'm gonna drizzle some over this. Then I'm gonna drizzle some over the top of this. And look at what we have going on here. This is biscuits and gravy. All right, guys, it's the moment you've been waiting for. We're gonna get fat and happy. First off, I'm gonna do this biscuit that's in half with gravy, and then I'll tackle this one that has the whole thing on there. All right, let's go. Listen, this is lights out. Please make this recipe. And don't forget the garlic. I promise you, we have the sausage that's mild, right? You could tell there's a little bit of heat from that. And then I added in just a little bit of red pepper flakes. And I kind of let it simmer in there. I feel like it just distributes heat very, very evenly. And then when you put in that salt and that pepper has that nice little bit of bite. Because I use pepper that's not really ground. It's like a little bit, what is it called? A cracked pepper. I don't know what it's called, but it's a thicker kind of pepper. Now we have this big behemoth over here. It's just all loaded up. It's the full biscuit this time. So let's see how it tastes. Yo. I don't know, man. Listen, I'm telling you, please make this recipe. Please, please, please make this recipe. And like I said, you don't have to share this video itself with your friends. Just use this video and make this for your friends and your family. You don't even have to tell them that it was for me. You could just make this and be, hey, this is my recipe. It's awesome. I wouldn't even be upset because food isn't like trademarked or anything. Anybody can make biscuits and gravy and call it their own. It'd make me so happy if you made this for your friends because that's what I love about cooking. I love when I spend all this time, you know, preparing all this food. Then you give it to your friends and family. They get to take a bite and they're like, wow, this is so good. You know, I try to compete with restaurants. I want to have the best food anywhere. Like, I would rather have people come to my house than a restaurant because they're like, yo, let's not go out to eat. Let's go to Nick's house. And that's happening more frequently than it is not at this point in my life because I'm crafting my skill and stuff like that. So if you guys that are watching this video, all my subscribers, I just want to say a big thank you. I love all of you guys. You're commenting down below, telling me how awesome the videos are. It really makes me happy knowing that I can add value to your lives, provide you some free entertainment. All you gotta do is hit the like button, subscribe, and make my food. Make my food and let me know how it turns out in the comments. That would mean the world to me. So we're coming to the end of another great video. At least it's great in my opinion. Maybe you think I suck. And if you do, let me know down below. We could argue a little bit. I have fun arguing. But I hope you guys have a great day, night, or whatever time it is when you find this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video.